All right. Let me see if it's on YouTube now because okay, I think it's on live now.
You are live now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's on live now. You are live. All right, guys. So good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Today is an amazing opportunity, as we always do it. We bring you scholarship opportunities. And as I promised you guys last week, today I've got with me a very important personality. And we share the same name actually. She's also Jonas. And he's going to enlighten us about his process, his journey to winning a Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. And as you guys are aware, in my previous video, I gave you a bit of illustrations about how to go about with the application. He's going to share with us some important tips. And if you are looking forward to studying in the UK, I think this is the right video for you. And I mean, there's application of knowledge. You can even watch the video and note down some important points to help you with your subsequent applications, scholarship applications. We are in the season of scholarships. So guys, I want you to stay tuned with to the video. I want you to watch the video to the end so that you can benefit immensely from this. So I'll just, leave it. I will hand over to my guest for him to introduce himself and what he's currently doing, whether he's working or he's schooling, so that you have a bit of idea who we are interviewing today. So, Jonas, welcome to our channel, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Jonas. Thank you. So my name is Jonas, and I'm currently a doctoral student at Iowa State University, and I'm pursuing my PhD in chemical and biological engineering. So that's a little bit about me, and my experience with Commonwealth Share Scholarship was that in 2019, yeah, I was I gained admission to University of Oxford, and I was being funded by the Commonwealth. I was funded by both Commonwealth Share Scholarship and then Lenacare College in conjunction. So that was the funding. That was the kind of funding opportunity I had. Yeah, and as you know, I and Jonas, we basically bear the same name, and we met at we were both at University of Ghana on the same floor, the Hall, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Okay. All right. This is amazing, guys. So without wasting much time, let's go straight to the reason why we are here. So Jonas, can you tell us a bit about Commonwealth Shared Scholarship? I know that the Commonwealth Commission has, I think, about three main scholarship categories, and this is just one of the three. So sometimes most people confuse the other scholarships. So Commonwealth Share Scholarship, can you tell us a bit about it and just what they seek to achieve?
okay, so I think there are a list of Commonwealth scholarships. Okay, there are a list of them. But the two I know of is the Commonwealth Scholarship and the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship.
Mm,
And for the shared, that's how it works. So when you apply to the university, all right, when you apply to
okay.
the university is responsible for let me see, selecting students to be awarded the scholarship.
Yeah.
That's the job of the university to do that. So that's the Commonwealth Share Scholarship. And then with the Commonwealth Scholarship, they have one that is where within that process, I think your country selects students to be funded. So
Mhm.
when you receive as admission from a university, the country, your country, or if you're part of a Commonwealth country and if you did apply for the Commonwealth Share Scholarship, your country will nominate you. So it depends on the nomination agency. Is it going to be your school that's going to nominate you for the scholarship, or is it going to be your country that's going to nominate you for the scholarship?
Oh,
So
okay.
these are the only two that I know of, but they have others.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. So the Commonwealth, I think the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, I mean, shared because, as you explained, it's a partnership between the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission and the UK university. So
Exactly.
that's how come the name shared
Good.
comes about. And this, I think, this is much flexible because with this, you apply to the school, and if they shortlist you, then they will recommend you to the commission.
Exactly.
Whereas the other ones, you need to go through your nominated agency in the country, which is, quite corrupt process, I think. But anyway, that's not why we are here. We are here for the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. So, which countries are eligible for this kind of scholarship?
Okay, so basically, let me see. Those who are nationals from Commonwealth Commonwealth countries. You know, I always love using the word shared. Commonwealth countries. So if you are from the Commonwealth countries, you are basically eligible. But before to confirm whether you're eligible, I advise you go to the page and look at the eligibility criteria and check whether your
Mhm.
country is part of the list. So there are a list of Commonwealth countries, basically people from least developed and I think middle income countries
Mm.
are being how do you call it eligible for
Oh,
the
okay.
scholarship.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. And are there any specific criteria they look out for in applicants aside you being a member of the Commonwealth shared country? Are there anything age in terms of age, academics, excellence,
Okay,
or
so basically, the Commonwealth. So let's start from this. So the Commonwealth Share Scholarship is basically for students who want to pursue a master's degree in the United Kingdom.
mm,
So a master's degree, and first of all, the so it's basically stated clearly here. So let's look at that. So first of all, there are a whole list of it. So you
yeah,
should be from a Commonwealth country. That's the most important thing. So the first thing,
yeah,
be from a Commonwealth country. The second thing is that you should not or by the time you are applying, or let me say at the time of application, you should not
yeah,
be in any UK university.
yeah,
Exactly. So those are the two main, let me say, criteria. And so it says here that be unable to afford to study in the UK without the scholarship. So that means that you shouldn't, let's say, how should I put it? You shouldn't, let me say, you should seek help, basically. You are someone
yeah,
who needs help to be able to afford those fees because those fees are really huge. I think that the day I took a chance to look at my school fees, a total of school fees and living expenses, I think I was paying about, I think, was it 30,000
mm,
pounds per year. So, and you know, if you're living in a Commonwealth country, you should
yeah.
technically you won't have that kind of how do you call
Nah,
it?
that's too huge.
It's too huge, yeah. So,
Oh, okay.
and you
Eh,
should basically have good grades. Basically, I think they accept a second class upper. That's what they say.
okay,
Um, but
okay.
a lower second class degree is also acceptable. So
Mm. Okay, so let's move on. When we talk about Commonwealth Share Scholarship, are there any specific academic disciplines or fields that they look at, or anyone can just apply and study in any subject area, or do they have any specific subject areas they want applicants to choose from?
oh yeah, so basically let's look at the objective of Commonwealth countries as it
Mm.
Commonwealth countries, the Commonwealth Share Scholarships. Okay,
Okay.
so with the Commonwealth Share Scholarship, their main objective is to they're looking at low developed countries and middle income developing countries. And what they
Mm.
want to do is that they want to take students, okay, students who have skills, and then basically train them
Yeah.
in specific skills to be able to what help or after their studies, they come back to the country, help the country or help the African continent at large. So that's the main objective of the Commonwealth Share Scholarship,
mm,
for you to be able to create an impact.
yeah,
So now, before that, so they looked at certain specific, let's say, areas or certain specific courses that they would like to fund students in. So when you go to the Commonwealth Share Scholarship page, they basically have, let me see, something they call a theme. They have
okay,
different themes that they look out for. So it can be engineering, but engineering in what? So they have something like engineering in sustainable development,
yeah,
engineering in, let's say, water treatment, engineering in specific let me say areas or specific fields. When you look
mm,
at, so they basically have different themes they look out for.
okay,
So it can be something like leadership, it can be something like climate change, it can be something like uh, sustainable development goals. So anything that's related to the sustainable
yeah,
development goals,
yeah.
that's
I think
basically
I
their main
understand.
priority. So until you look at the Commonwealth page, you look at the list of participating universities. Every university basically has specific courses that Commonwealth shared scholars partake in. So
Mm, okay.
I think,
All right, guys. So I think yeah, as he rightfully explained, so they have categories of courses. So depending on your field, when you go to the website, you just need to look at that category and you look at the subjects that you can offer under that category. And I think the university. So watch. I've made a video on that. Please just check under the video. You will see the link to that video where I explain the courses you can offer and also the universities that are eligible for this Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. So that, I mean, you get the complete package and you can apply for this scholarship. So we are moving on. So can you tell us a bit about the selection process? How is it done? You've mentioned a few in your presentation, but how is the selection done? How are they able to select a candidate or a student that this person is the winner or is part of the winners for this scholarship?
okay, so basically I want to make this disclaimer here. I don't work with the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship Committee or something in selecting
Yeah,
students. Yeah,
it's
it's,
important.
yeah, it's important. I have to make that disclaimer. Um, first of all, yeah. So in first of all, you need to gain admission to the university. That's the first thing. Gain
Mm,
admission to the university. So when you gain admission to the university, so it can work in two ways. It's either you are through your application process, you would apply basically to the university, and then you apply for the Commonwealth Share Scholarship. By the end of everything, first of all, you need to
mm,
gain admission to the university. After gaining admission to the university, what happens next is that now the university then have to then go through those who submitted application for the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. They look
yeah.
through that application and then they select students who were being offered admission.
Mm,
Then when they do that, they might then give the list to how do you call it, Commonwealth, to basically select applicants.
okay. So the universities will I mean, I think they've given the
Okay.
authority to the
Oh,
various
yeah,
universities.
yeah. So basically, the university is responsible for selecting applicants. So let's say, okay, so let's say the University of Oxford is, let's say, admitting only 4 students to be awarded the Commonwealth Share Scholarship.
Mm,
So anybody who applies to the University of Oxford for a particular course, when selected, will then be so they'll, let's say, take, or let's say, pile all those people together, and then they
mm,
will look through each and every one's statements, scholarship thesis, and all those kind of stuff, and then select a student or select 4 students to be awarded that scholarship. Then after
mm.
that, they send the results to Commonwealth, and then
Yeah, just for
yeah.
clearance. Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's great. So then, from your explanation, since each university has its own power to nominate,
Yeah.
you can apply to two or more
Oh
universities.
yeah, you're allowed to apply to two or more universities, basically to increase your chances of gaining
Mm,
acceptance
oh,
or
okay.
gaining an offer
That's
to a
good.
university.
Oh,
So,
that's good. All right, guys. So,
but
well, you
uh,
said,
but
okay,
however, when you but you are only allowed to take one offer.
okay.
So
Well, of course. Yeah. So you can apply to multiple universities. As I said, please watch my previous video, the current video I uploaded yesterday. You see the list of universities and the number of candidates they are allowed to select. So you can apply to multiple universities, and you need to make sure your course falls under the Commonwealth requirement programs. However, if you win if two or more universities nominate you, you are only entitled to accept one offer. So by grace, if you got, or the opportunity to be selected by two universities, you just consider which one is the best for you and you go for it. That's amazing. All right. So
oh yeah, but I just remember that you were talking about criteria. So
yeah,
there are definitely how do you call it different things they look out for. Basically, you need to first of all gain admission. All right.
okay.
So let's say you apply to a university and you are being awarded you are being awarded an offer to pursue a course in that university based
Mhm,
on the how do you call it the course the course that Commonwealth is going to fund. So
mhm,
after gaining admission to that university, then the next thing is that now they need to review your applications. Definitely, you're going to write a list of ECs, a
okay.
list of ECs, yeah. So basically, but the most thing they're looking out for is your proposal. It's they have it here. So they're looking at three main criteria. Let me read it out to you.
No
So
problem.
there's a selection process. So first of all, they're looking at academic merits.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. You are applying with somebody who has so a lot of students are applying. Somebody applies with a GPA of 2.2, somebody applies with a GPA of 3.2, somebody
Mm,
applies with a GPA of 3.6, and henceforth. But at the end, so far as you are being admitted, you already receive an offer. Definitely, then it means that all of you are definitely good. So there's no difference between somebody who had a 3.2 and somebody who had a 3.6. Basically, I see you guys as the same. So
mm,
then they move on to your quality of research proposal. What do you want to come and study at the university? Basically, what do you want to
mm,
pursue? What do you want to study? What impact do you want to make in your home country right after your studies? So, what kind of research, basically, what kind of knowledge do you want to gain? They want to
mm,
look at that. So, basically, it's a very important criteria when selecting, let me say, an applicant to be awarded their Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. That's the most basic thing.
mm.
Yeah.
So your time, how many essays did you write?
Oh wow! I wrote a list of aces, a lot of them, a lot, a lot,
Wow. It
a lot
must
of
be
them. A lot.
very competitive.
Yeah, it's very competitive, very, very, very competitive, very competitive, a lot, and you have to be very convincing.
Mm.
Yeah,
So how did you feel when you got the email?
super excited, super excited, and I received that email on my birthday, 24
Wow.
28 June
Birthday gift.
20, 2019. That's when I received that on my exactly on my birthday. So it was a birthday surprise to me.
So as an advice or as a guideline, the essay, what do you think applicants should really focus on in their essays that will make them suitable for this scholarship?
So basically, the first thing, before you write an essay, okay, before you write an essay, you should basically know who are you writing the essay to. You're basically writing the essay for a scholarship, okay. You want to
Mm,
receive a fully funded scholarship, okay, and who is going to fund you? Basically, Commonwealth Share Scholarship wants to fund you. They are your targets. They want to basically fund students. What is the objective of Commonwealth Share Scholarship? Their objective is to look for talented, motivated individuals who are in least developed countries. and middle income countries, they want to fund this student. They want them to acquire knowledge. They want them to use the knowledge they acquired to basically impact their society. So that is the kind of people they are looking for, not just your academics. You getting a first class doesn't mean anything. What can you
Mm.
contribute to society? So know the objective of the scholarship. When you know the objective of the scholarship, then you begin to assess yourself. So okay, so let me use myself an example. So before I was applying for the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, so basically I went to so I looked at the courses, and then I realized that I basically want to further my education in the water field. So let me use my life experience. So I studied at the University of Ghana and I pursued material science engineering. All right. And throughout my course or during my journey, I think at level 200, yeah, let me see. So level 200, I started taking internship at is it CSIR IIR. So I started taking internships, then later I started working with my professors, along with my professors, and then basically what we were looking at was water treatment, developing nanocomposite materials to basically purify water.
Mm.
So whilst I was gaining training, internship, I go to a lab, I work, then produce some materials, then we test it on dye waters to see whether we can basically purify the water, and then enable basically water reuse.
Mm.
How do you purify the water? Is my material efficient? Those kind of stuff. So whilst I was doing that, I was gaining experience. I was gaining experience. So I was just throughout my whole journey till level 400. I um, worked on a thesis. I think it was zeolite serum oxide nanocomposite for water treatment. So
Mm.
that was the kind of thesis I did, and then I published my paper. So
Oh.
basically, I saw myself as a scientist.
Mm.
So when I was writing my so after gaining admission to Oxford and I was writing my scholarship thesis for Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, I used that inspiration. Do you
Mhm.
understand? So
Yeah.
my journey in the water field, and I applied to water science, policy and management at the University of Oxford. So basically, I was interested in water science, and I targeted my application towards water purification. What
Mm.
have I done in the past?
Okay, that's great.
Basically, so there's a standpoint. So
Mm.
if somebody's reviewing your ACs, they will say, okay, this guy says he wants to come and study at the University of Oxford. What skill does he have?
Mm.
Oh, in the past, this guy has been doing a lot of water treatment. Oh, this guy has a lot of skills. If I should fund this guy to come and have his master's here in this university, then I'm sure this
Yeah.
guy will be able to make a very big
Something
impact in
interesting.
future.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what they look out. That's basically what they watch out for. Are
So
you
you
able to create an
you need
impact after
you
your
need to
studies?
build your background to
Exactly,
make your application very concrete.
exactly. So basically, so you're going to write a lot of essays. Why should
Mm.
you be admitted? Why should Commonwealth fund you?
And interesting, I think your field of research aligns with the United Nations Development Goals.
Exactly,
They have I think goal 6
exactly,
aligns with water hygiene and all that.
exactly. So I remember anytime I'm writing my essays, I always link them. I link them to the Sustainable Development Goals. So
Mm.
I link everything.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
So
currently
you
happening in water. So, for example, if I am, let me see, I'm going to apply for a Commonwealth Share Scholarship. I know what's currently, so I'm a Ghanaian. I lived in Ghana, and I know what's currently happening in Ghana. So, for example, currently we can talk about the mining, the illegal mining in our country right now. Most of our rivers are
yeah.
basically polluted. Currently, they're polluted with heavy metals. It's all over the news. It's everywhere. They know. So if I'm going to write my essay, I'll tell them. And besides, we have communities, smaller communities in these villages, and they have basically these rivers are their source of water.
Like yeah, like
You get it?
what
So
for
I will write
anyone.
my essay and say that okay, so in my country, blah blah blah. Now there's a lot of illegal mining within our community, and then the people living within this community have no access to water.
Yeah.
because of the illegal mining, all our waters are the rivers are polluted, and they don't have any other source of how do you call it? Any other source of let me see uh, any other water source.
Yeah.
So then the only two things we can depend on is something like rainwater, where I can purify rainwater for these people in the community, or I could develop or engineer something that will purify the water they obtain from these rivers. You get,
Mm.
so when I should write something like that as a Commonwealth, let me say as let me say what I've done in the past, or let me say some sort of a motivational essay for you to read.
Mm.
You will look at, oh, this guy, even though he's not big, he's not known, but look at the
Yeah.
little thing he's doing for his community.
Yeah.
He's making an impact. The little impact you make, they don't want to see the biggest impact. They don't want you. They don't
Yeah.
want to hear you. Maybe you are from you are working at the World Bank or something. No, what little impact have you been able to make in your community? Share that with them. This is the
Mm.
little impact I made. Maybe it can be community exercise,
Mm.
public health education. Maybe
Yeah.
you talk about, let's say, diabetes within your community, and you try to help people
Mm.
with diabetes. So
Management and all that.
exactly. So they will say, "Oh, this guy, the little he's doing, this what he's doing." So if somebody like that is going to apply for public health, let's say a
Yeah.
master's in public health, why wouldn't
You
it?
you are very good candidate.
You are a very good candidate because they know that,
Oh.
oh, even with the little you have done, this is what you are doing. So if
Mm.
I should waste my money, £30,000 on you to study in public health, a master's in public health,
Yeah.
at the end, after your studies, I can guarantee that
You'll be
I've not wasted my
resourceful.
money. You're basically going to be resourceful.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. So, guys, I mean, this is very insightful. So, the little things you are doing in your communities, I mean, whether being health talks, whether it being voluntary teaching, I mean, you can just, whatever, anything you are doing, you just need to pick it up and put it in an essay form. And if there is a likelihood that you can link it to the sustainable development goals, I mean, just do that. It makes your essay very rich. So, I mean, you don't need to create a planet for you to be selected. Just a little thing. They need to see the zeal. They need to see the vision so that they can help you push your dreams and whatever you want to do. So that's amazing. And not forgetting, we are not immigration experts, neither are we part of the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission. We are just offering some tips and guidance to help you with your application. And also, I've made a video about how to apply for the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. The deadline is in December, I think 15th. So please just watch the video in combination with this one so that you can, submit a competitive essay. Don't forget, look at the problems in your community and look at the things you are doing to address those problems. That's what they are looking at, practicality. Okay, guys, so we are moving
I
on.
can remember. I can remember when I first went to Oxford, my first college dinner. So when I was there, and I didn't know they have a name. What that is the principal of Lenake College. I don't really know his name, but he saw me and said, "You are Jonas, right?" I said, "Yes." Oh, so you worked on water purification projects? I'm like, "Yeah."
Wow.
So whatever you do, they are basically going to read. They're going to read your essays. They are
Yeah.
basically going to know you. So the little impacts you make, it's very
And I
crucial.
mean, they don't admit much students. I think the highest I saw was 8 students to one university, but
Yeah,
most of them are 3, 4. So
yeah,
obviously, whatever you write in your essay,
yeah,
it will just be
yeah.
fresh on their mind.
Yeah. So basically, if so after you gain admission, that's basically the merit. So when you gain admission, there's nothing again they're going to use. So even if you use a GPA of 3.2, so that's why I'm trying to say that there's no difference between somebody who had a GPA of 3.2 and somebody who had a GPA of let me say a GPA of somebody, okay, somebody who had a GPA of 3.0 and somebody who had a GPA of, let's say, 3.6 out of 4. I don't see the difference between
Mm.
the two of you. Basically, there's no difference. You are all basically the same.
If
Or
if you
you have
had
the same knowledge.
if you had 4.0 and you are not being impactful in the community,
You're not being impactful.
yeah.
Then what's the essence? Why
So
should I?
they look at the application in
Yeah,
totality. They don't just pick one aspect of your application to
yeah,
make the decision.
yeah. And someone in my class even had a second class
Mm.
back at Oxford. He had a second class but he was being funded by
Was there
Commonwealth Shared Scholarship.
whilst first class
Because,
people are not
yeah, because
accepted?
he had a
So
lot of experience when it came to the water sector. A
yeah.
lot of experience. So it's not just about your academics, but are you able to create an impact?
Hmm.
Should they waste their money on you?
Okay. So I think this is very insightful. So guys, even if you try this year and you don't get, I mean the tips he has given us, you can now start building on your background. You can now start, I mean, you can get yourself involved in any voluntary community works, anything you think in future you can use to submit a competitive application.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And,
let's now so
that's what I always tell my brother. Currently, he's at Legon right now, and I always tell him, right now you are in. I think he's in 200, level 200. I always tell him, look, go and do a lot of internships and
find
stuff
things to do.
because
Find
you
things to
because you
do.
need because at the end of it, or he's currently having. I think he's currently having a GP of, I think, 10.6 or 10.8. I don't know.
Mm,
I've forgotten. But at the end, if you have the
that's
grades and
all.
you can't make an impact in society, then what's the essence?
So this brings to light the importance of voluntary works because now in our part of the world, most people want to be paid for anything they do. And if they don't get any paid work, they are just home.
Exactly.
While some you can just decide to go to a community to offer teaching services. I mean,
Exactly.
just to teach or help with their farm works. And all those things are related to the sustainable development goals. Afforestation, World Afforestation Day is just one day activity. You can just take part, plant trees. Then that's a whole range of experience to add to your application. Wow, that's
And,
amazing. All
and
right,
besides,
let's.
some people, okay, so let me chip this in here. Some people also, they have done a lot of stuff, but to them, they think they haven't done anything.
Oh
You
yeah,
get it? So, and I also put it this way: it's depends on how you formulate your EC or how you write your EC, because you can do, let me say, you can have a major impact, but if you don't write your EC very well,
that
it's
too
not,
is an
yeah,
issue.
it's not going anywhere. And the little thing, one time I was in class, and then I remember the professor was talking about something, and then a lady rose up her hand, and then she said, "Oh, she did this," and the way she did the thing, like the way she said it, I was like, "Oh, you did this in Africa? Like you basically did this in like in a country in Africa."
Hmm.
And the way she coined it, you would think she has done the biggest, like she has solved
Biggest
the
thing in
biggest
the
issue.
world.
And I'm like, yeah. So it depends on how you basically, how do you put those words together? How do you formulate
Yeah,
it?
you
Like
need to
how
tell. It's
exactly?
it's
So
just like a court case. You can have a good case, but if you don't put your story well,
exactly.
it goes against you.
So you must make sure you write up a very good story, a very good convincing story. So even the little work you have done, so you can go around planting trees. All right. You
Mm.
think maybe you've basically not done anything, but I can tell you that planting trees one solves climate change.
Yeah,
Because climate change is currently a big issue currently
big
within
global issue.
group is
You can
exactly
link it to water. You
link it
can
to
link it
water,
to
link it to a lot of
habitat
things.
for this normal. I mean, animals
Exactly.
and all those things. Interestingly, are part of the sustainable. I mean, now that's what the world is working with, the sustainable development goals by 2030.
Mhm.
So if you're able to link those things and make it a problem that you are addressing, so it needs to be the situation. We need to know the situation, the problem, the task,
Exactly.
the action,
Mhm.
okay, and the results. So that's the star approach.
Mhm.
So S, situation or problem.
Exactly.
C, the task, what you did or what you are doing. And A, the action. And R, the results from all the initiatives you took. You can use that approach to also write your essay.
Oh,
Uh,
exactly.
all right.
Exactly.
So, um,
And another example. So I just want to give you my final example. So another example was this. Back in Ghana, like this. Getting water. Getting, let me say, tap water in your home. It's very, sometimes the water flows, sometimes the water doesn't flow. So I spoke to my mom that we should, within our community, we don't have borehole within our community. So I told my mom that, oh, we can drill a borehole, and then tap the groundwater
Mm,
from the ground, because groundwater is also another source of water, which if there's no salt, it's a very good source of water. So drilling the water, and basically we had salt within our water, and the question was, how do we purify the salt for people within the community? So it's, so even though I thought of it as, let me say, a source of, let me say, water for my household, but at the end, so I also thought of giving water to what, to the people in my community.
mm,
So it's also another form of a project. No water flows within our community. How do I people? How do the people in my community survive without water? We thought
yeah.
of the drilling a borehole water. So it's a borehole water project
Mm.
that we have developed. So
Oh,
that means
okay.
that I've also created
Yeah.
another sort of impact, giving people
Mm,
water, because water
yeah.
is life. So
Water
it
is
depends
okay.
on how you bring all this together.
Yeah.
How do you
To
bring
feed
all
your
this
children.
together to form a very good, convincing story? That's the most important thing.
Okay. All right. So before let's move on. So what financial coverage does these scholarships offer? Do they just pay your tuition fees and you buy food for yourself, or what are the benefits involved?
Oh, a lot of benefits. So during my time, which I know they are currently still doing it. So during my time, so let's start from when you are being awarded the scholarship. So they're basically going to process your visa application. Everything will be paid for. Your visa and then your health sewage, everything will be paid for. So you are not going to pay anything regarding your visa application. So that is basically waived. So that's the
Okay.
first important thing. The second thing is that they're going to book your flights for you.
Wow.
Yeah, so they'll ask you, do you need do you have any preferred dates, or do you have any preference? And then so if you want to fly with Emirates or any kind of flight, you just tell them, it will be booked for you. So
So what flight did you use?
so I used to Portugal because I had to arrive as quickly as possible.
Oh,
My dad always tells me, if you want to travel early, so that you get to settle in as quickly as possible.
yeah.
Know the corners and like the corners in your country, in the country and in your locality. So I used Tap Portugal, and I traveled Tap Portugal to UK. Yeah. So
Wow.
basically, so your flight will be catered for, and you'll be having a monthly stipend of okay. You'll be having a monthly stipend depending on where your university is. If you're in
Yeah.
London, you receive something a little bit higher because
Yeah.
London is very costly. The cost of living in London is high, and if you're living in outside London, it's much
Mm.
a few dollar a few did I say dollars, a few pounds lower.
Yeah. Not much. I mean, I checked it out. Yeah.
Not much. So
Okay.
and then I think you'll be given a clothing stipend for clothes, because the UK is very cold. So
Yeah.
they'll give you some cash to buy winter jackets, any form of clothes you need for yourself. And I think that is it.
No housing.
Housing, okay, so basically you'll be given a stipend.
Okay. So
So
you need to look for your
yeah,
apartment.
so you need to look for an apartment. So it's two things. So it's either the university, either you would apply for accommodation at on campus,
Mm.
or you basically look for your own place to
Place.
stay.
Yeah. So, but what do you? I think if you are new to the UK, it's better to find something at the university,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah. If you're new in
yeah,
UK, I would always, for me
because
like this personally, I always prefer staying in campus accommodation.
yeah,
I always love campus because I just I want to feel safe.
mm,
That's my priority.
yeah, okay. And so let's say yes, you've won the scholarship, you've completed your. Is it just 1 year or 2 year program?
So it's mine is a 1 year program. I don't know whether they've introduced a 2 year program. I don't know, but mine is a
Okay,
1 year program.
I think it's 12 months for everyone.
Yeah, 12 months for everybody.
So at the end of the scholarship, what happens?
So at the end of the scholarship, so basically you are given so your visa lasts for I think how many months?
I
Okay, but
think
according to Commonwealth, okay, the moment you receive your offer letter, you finish everything. At the moment you are done with your course, you are supposed to leave the country and come back home.
mm,
Yeah. So they book your return flight and you're supposed to return home. So that's one of the clause, you know.
oh, okay. So you can't stay there. I mean, you
No,
need to return back. You
no,
need
you
to
need to
return
return
to
back
your country.
to fulfill that
Oh,
agreement with
it's
them.
yeah, it's part of your.
Yeah, because it's a clause.
So what
Return.
if you return to your country and
Mhm.
you get another opportunity to travel?
Oh, okay. So that has nothing. I don't think that has nothing to do
Like,
with it.
go with them,
Yeah.
yeah. As long as you return at the end of
Return
your
home. Yeah,
school, you fulfilled your
yeah.
obligation.
You fulfill the
Oh,
obligation.
that's great. That's great. That's great. Okay, so guys, we are come to the end of our interview. Um, let's see if we've got any more questions for him to address it for us. I think we've covered most of the important bits: eligibility, financial package, the application. Oh, one thing is there. I think there was an English proficiency requirement.
Mhm.
So can you just tell us a bit about the English requirement and the application fee to the universities?
Okay, so I used an English waiver from my university. So basically, I wasn't required to write any IELTS or anything. So
Okay, so you
I
were eligible for an English language waiver.
waiver, yeah. So I
But what
received
about the UK immigration? Because I think you cannot use that waiver for the visa, or
for that. I don't know much about that. Honestly,
mm.
I don't know much
But
about it.
in your visa application, you don't recall using or adding any
No,
English test
no,
score.
no,
No.
no.
Okay, so just the waiver then.
Yeah.
And did you pay any application fee or the scholarship? I mean, if because it's a Commonwealth scholarship, there's no
So
application.
when applying to the university itself, you're going to
Mm,
pay an application fee. But
okay.
when you're applying for the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, you don't need an application fee.
Mm. So well, Abi, it's different applications. So you need to pay for the school to consider your application.
Exactly.
Okay. Can they just waive that one too? Okay, so your final words. I mean, it's been very insightful today. Thank you. But any final words for those who are looking to apply
Yeah.
this
So
year or any in the near future?
if you're looking forward to applying in the near future, I always tell you, one, your academics must be of priority. Make sure you get a good grade because at the end of it all, the first thing that comes first, the first thing that was going to be your barrier would be your academic merits. That's going to be the first thing. So make sure you nail it there. Then the next thing is for you to, whilst you are studying, volunteer in projects, be part of community projects. Because at the end you would want something to say, which is the most important thing. You would want to tell a story because when you're writing an essay and then you are being asked a question and you have not done anything, there's nothing to write. And besides, if you're going for a recommendation letter from your professors or from somebody the person should be able to say something about you. So
Okay.
be involved in projects and stuff so that when it's time for you to gain recommendation letters and stuff, nobody's going to write anything generic. You know, they can say that, okay, I know this person. This person was he was part of my group project, and then we did this project together, and I can trust that this guy will be an excellent student in the school or in the near future. So, and then get to know your professors too, interact with your professors because at the end of it, or you will need recommendation letters from them. Yeah, so that's the letter I want to pass across.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone asked, I've pinned it with the Commonwealth Share Scholarship. Can a person with 2.2 apply?
So let me come back here. It states it clearly that so it says okay, so holding a first class degree. So those who are eligible to apply,
Mm,
hold a first class. I always like adding words to it. Hold a first degree of
mhm.
at least upper second class honors standard or lower second class grade. So if you
So
have a 2.2, you can apply.
yeah,
But
okay.
so now this what comes in. So now you are trying to apply to, okay. So let me say you are applying to, let's say, you want to pursue a course at the University of Oxford, all right, and
Mhm.
then you are going to apply with a 2.2, all right. You remember that there are a lot of students going to apply, but they are going to admit, let's say two students for the scholarship. So now the question is that applying with this grade, you are definitely going to compete with a lot of students.
Yeah,
So your application must be unique.
yeah,
Do you
because
get me? So you don't just throw in the application just like that. No, your application should be unique.
mm,
Come with, so if you have a poor, if you have poor grades, then you should have a lot of experience
yeah,
to bring on board. A
mm,
lot of experience, and that's going to make you different from somebody who just had a first class.
yeah, yeah.
Because
I
first class
think
with no experience and second class with experience,
it's the
then
experience that matters.
it's the experience that matters. Because at the end of it all, if you should gain admission, when you should come to the scholarship bit, they see you guys as, or you guys are academically equal.
Yeah,
So the question is, what differentiates you? Who
I mean,
who has the
mm,
potential to create an impact? It's somebody who has been able to create what the little impact with what he or she has, or with the little skills he or she has.
I think it's more about impact rather than, I mean, the intellect. They, well, though intellect is important, but they are looking at the skill, what you are able to do, what you're able to, the problems you can solve with your experience and skills.
So the potential for you to create an impact, that's key. So
Yeah.
so from the page it says that the least you should get is a second class lower degree. So
Mhm,
the moment you have that, you are
yeah.
qualified to apply for the
Mm.
scholarship. That's it.
Wow, this has been so much insightful. So, guys, I mean, I would advise you to watch the complete video. And also, I have another video on Commonwealth Scholarship. Just combine the two, sit down, watch, make notes, formulate your plan, and just hit the ground. Apply to as many schools as possible, and just to increase your chances. And I wish you all the best. If you are looking forward to apply, just leave comments under the video, and we will try as much as possible to address all your issues as well. Jonas' name,
And
I can't even thank you enough.
one more thing.
Yes,
I'll encourage, so anybody who watches this video, I'll encourage you to follow my Facebook page. My
yeah,
Facebook
of
page
course.
name is J Ajasu. I don't know whether you're going to see it on the screen.
Let me just take this off.
So go to Facebook and then type J Ajasu
Yeah, so
and
as
then
you
follow
can
my
see the name on the screen, that's his name, the G So just type that and follow the name on Facebook and YouTube. Then for, I mean, inspiring content. Life is about inspirational. If not, you just get stuck in your room and be depressed, and that's it. So just go there, follow him, get inspired. As we all, the goal is for everyone to be successful, and that's why we are here for you. Let's follow each other as well, and subscribe to the channel. Follow the YouTube, Facebook channels as well, and I think you have great deal of benefits, guys. So we are just leaving 30 seconds. Any final words?
any final words.
Or
So
you
guys,
said all the final
yeah,
words
yeah,
already?
yeah, and
I mean, not particularly about the scholarship, but
oh yeah, not particular about the scholarship, but
since
this
you are an
you know,
inspirational
oh,
speaker
of
now.
course, yes. I was about to inspire your viewers. So one thing I'll tell you is that sometimes people apply to schools and then they give up. I don't know why. It's not every day that you would do something that it will be successful. No, when you apply to schools, you don't get admission. You don't gain admission. It doesn't mean you should stop, because if you stop, you're limiting your chances for success. Keep on applying, keep on applying, keep on applying. You know, Jonas, most of the times if people see me, they think I'm so successful. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. You know, you don't see what happens behind the scenes. You know
Yeah,
that. Because
definitely.
if I should tell the number of rejections I've had, you know, so let me give you an example. I first when I started my application, so I completed in 2018, and then I started my application to universities, okay, outside the country. So the first university I applied to was Cambridge University, University of Cambridge. So when I applied to University of Cambridge, within 1 week, Jonas, within 1 week, I received a rejection letter. Can you
Just
believe
one
that?
week.
I was so shocked and I was depressed. And I was like, do you know what? I'm never going to waste my money to apply to any top schools ever in my life. And so, and during that time, too, I was a student of Nana Kwame, GRE. He used to teach me GRE then. And I also love to bet. So let me put it this in. So let me make this statement. So I loved to bet. Now I don't bet. But when I was back in Ghana, I loved to bet football. You know, if Chelsea wins, you say Chelsea win and those kind of stuff. So now come and ask me, Jonas, you are always betting and you lose sometimes, right? And I said, yes, I lose sometimes. So when you lose, why do you go and bet again? Because you know that hopefully you are definitely going to win, not so. And I said, yes. So why is it that you just received a rejection letter from Cambridge and all of a sudden you don't want to apply to any top school again? And I was like, Nana Kwame, I'm going to submit my application to Oxford, a lot of top schools. So I submitted. So I selected about three top schools. I applied, and boom, I had admission to Oxford. You know, so you
Mm.
see how God works. I had an
Wow.
admission to Oxford, and I went to Oxford. So during my journey at Oxford too, I also applied to Cambridge again. And this time around, I had admission to Cambridge, but I didn't get funding
Wow.
to pursue another master's at Cambridge. So I had to reject the offer they gave to me. I applied again the following year. I got rejected this time around. And then I came back home. Then I could remember during COVID, I applied to about 20 universities.
Mm.
All were rejected.
Wow.
All the universities were rejected. All the universities rejected me. Could you believe that? But I
Mm-hmm.
still kept on applying. And then in the year 2020, when I applied, I had about five offers. One from Stanford University. I had an interview with a particular professor, and I rejected her offer because she wanted me to do some research on computational, but I told her no. I'm no more going to do a research on computational because I don't enjoy computational research. I always
Mm.
love experimental research. I want to go to a lab and because my background, I had a background in water science, policy and management, and I came from material science engineering, and
Mm.
I had a lot of experience in the water field. So she wanted to give me an admission to join her lab, and I told her no, I'm not going to do any computational research if I'm going to join your lab. So I rejected her offer. I had another offer at UC Berkeley for another master's degree,
Mm.
and I rejected their offer because, come on, I'm from Oxford now, so I don't need a master's degree again. Now I need a PhD. I had another offer too so I had an offer here to University of Iowa State University, and then when I look at the professor's research, it's aligned with mine, and I grabbed it. So
Mm.
you get it. So in life, you're definitely going to have failures. Don't expect to apply to universities and then they're going to give you an admission. No, it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you're going to receive lots of rejection, but it doesn't mean that when you receive a rejection, you should give up. Keep applying to schools. There are a lot of free application waivers. Grab them, apply to them. You don't know your chances. And some people too, you know should I use the word discipline? Them is that they don't want to go to your lecturers for recommendation letters
Mm.
because it's very stressful. And at the end, who are you doing harm to? You're doing harm to your own self. Remember, if you want to succeed in life, it is you. Nobody's going to make you succeed.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
have to keep fighting. So when you are rejected, get up and move again. When you fall, you get up, you move again. You have to keep. You have to. I think was it 7 Up? 7 Up had to come up about 7 times before it was
7 Up.
before,
That's the name, 7
before
Up.
yeah, before the drink became acceptable in the
Yeah.
community. J.K. Rowling published Harry Potter. Her book was rejected 12 times, 11 times, and then on the 12th time, what happened? Her book got accepted. So in life, so don't say somebody who is successful and think that the person just had it on a silver platter. No, 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 no. We worked hard for it. So when you apply to schools and you see a rejection, don't give up. I know of a friend at UC Berkeley, who's currently at UC Berkeley Mastercard Foundation scholarship. She applied. She applied. I think last 2 years, got rejected. Applied again, got rejected, and now she's a Commonwealth. She's a Mastercard scholar at UC Berkeley. So don't
Wow.
give up. So in life, anything you are doing, never give up. Keep fighting and keep moving forward. You will definitely win one day. So that's the
Wow.
letter I want to share.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. All right. So, guys, I mean, I think we need to end here now. We've He's shared so much information with us. Now it's up to you, as he mentioned, rightfully mentioned. It's up to you to now watch the video. I mean, not most of you are not online, so just watch the video step by step, make notes, plan, formulate a plan, and just put in your applications. One rejection, two rejection, even when Jesus died, he needed to resurrect. So when you are rejected, you need to resurrect and move on. Don't stay there. Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
and
guys,
the last thing before I leave. Now, if you know you want, I don't know, they have a saying, if you want to succeed, I think it's preparation or preparation meets something opportunities.
mm, I think it's when preparation makes opportunities. So
Exactly. So
preparation, opportunities, manifestation.
if you want to succeed so let me use the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship for example. If you want to succeed in getting admission or being offered a Commonwealth scholar, it starts from now. So whether you're in level 200, you're in level 100, level 200, have that goal in mind. Okay, plan. And then whilst you're planning, when the time comes for you to apply, you will have a lot of resources, you will have a lot of knowledge, you will have a lot of things to talk about, you have a lot of things to see. Because without preparation, you will never succeed. So that's my final statement.
All right. Thank you guys. Follow him on Facebook. That's the name Jay Ajasco, right?
Jay Ajasu.
Ajasu. Okay, all right, guys. So just follow him on Facebook and YouTube, and also please subscribe to this channel as well. And I will see you again with insightful content. All the best for now. Leave comments, and we will respond to your comments. All the best. So Jonas, thank you very much for the opportunity. I mean,
And thank you
thank you
too
for
for giving
honoring
us
our
platform.
invitation, and hopefully we will catch up some other time. Thank
And
you.
I'll say
Enjoy your
continue
studies in the States as well. Thank you.
and also continue to motivate your audience and continue to give them rich information that they need to succeed in their scholarship applications.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. All the best.
Bye.